Hello and welcome to this week's edition of AZ Sports Box Weekly. I'm Nicholas Hodell, and alongside me is Jude Binkley. Jude, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. We had an incredible weekend for Arizona sports, which is pretty rare nowadays.
That's great, Jude. I hear you had the scoop on what went down with the Cardinals this past Sunday.
With a 0-3-1 start to the season, the Cardinals have been in the thick of their growing pains that come with having a rookie quarterback and head coach duo. This past Sunday, the Cardinals traveled to Queen City to try to change their season's trajectory against the Cincinnati Bengals. To get the game started, Cincinnati kicker Randy Bullock opens the game up with a field goal from 23 yards. But later in the first quarter, Kyler Murray takes the gamble on fourth, shows everyone while he was a dual-threat Heisman as he gets one in, the Cardinals' first touchdown of the game. We'll take it to Zane Gonzalez, an ASU alum, as he nets one late in the second quarter from 20. Missed one earlier. Randy Bullock gets one off from 48 yards. And we'll take it back to Zane. Had 13 fantasy points on the game. Would have been great for your team as he nets this one as time expires in the first half. Take it all the way to the fourth quarter. Zane is back up from 22 yards. Nets another one. He's 4 for 5 on the day. Kyler Murray pitches one to Chase Edmonds as he runs it up, finds a corner on the outside of the field, turns it in for the second touchdown for the Cardinals of the day. Feels like they're going to ice it. The team is loving it. Cliff Kingsbury happy over on the sidelines. Cardinals feeling confident about their first win, but wait, here's Andy Dalton with a pass over the middle, finds Audine Tate in the end zone. Cincinnati looks like they're coming back. Bengals next drive, Andy Dalton drops back, reads the defense, finds one to Tyler Boyd, a 47-yard touchdown pass, the longest play of the game, and it's a tie game, folks. We'll take it to a 2-minute drill with Kyler Murray, leading his offense as the pressure is all placed on him, finds a hole, runs it up the middle, shows off his wheels, gets tackled at the 15-yard line. This is going to set up this kick from Zane Gonzalez from 21 yards, and we are all aboard the Zane train. He nets it as time expires, wins one for the Cardinals 26-23, and most importantly, a win in honor of Mr. Bidwell.
As a chill of the year is beginning to creep its way into the United States, indoor arenas across the U.S. and Canada are beginning to feel cold inside as fresh ice breaks till the beginning of the 2019-2020 National Hockey League season. After losing to the Anaheim Ducks on the road 2-1 in the season opener, newly acquired Phil Kessel and the rest of the Arizona Coyotes got a chance to play in front of the Arizona crowd for the first time this season on Saturday against the defending Eastern Conference champion Boston Bruins. We started the first period with a breakaway. Arizona's Vinny Hinostroza has a one-on-one chance against Boston Jaroslav Halak, and Halak comes out on top. The minute and 23 seconds left now. It's going to be Patrice Bergeron in the corner, gets it out, and finds Brad Marchand, who puts it away for the first goal of the game. Boston will go up 1-0. Having a look at this, there's a nice little scramble in the corner, finds his man, Bergeron does, and into the back of the net. Second period, Boston, a good shot on goal as Darcy Kemper denies one before stretching out to his right in order to stop the rebound from going in. Fantastic double save. Under 2 minutes left in the period now, Michael Grasner goes from one end of the rink off a face-off to the other side to slip in between two Boston defenders and have a clear shot opportunity. Watch this again. The effort here from Grasner in the end, though, gets denied by Halak. Third period still 1-0 Bruins. Arizona's Jacob Chikrin completely misses a puck there, and it's Chris Rackner who is clear against Darcy Kemper and eventually gets too close. Watch it again. Just completely whiffs with his stick, allowing Wagner to get the one-on-one opportunity. Just over 8 minutes remaining. Derek Stepan with a simple setup to Phil Kessel for a good chance to tie, but the shot is right at the glove of Halak. Hunters again, just a nice simple dump off here to Phil Kessel, and Halak once again gets the better of the Coyotes. Now 1:45 left in the game. Boston a solid chance here as the puck goes right off the skate of Arizona's Jordan Osterling, leading to a Boston chance and a solid save from Kicker. Final chance for the Coyotes here. Arizona empty net as they look to get something off. Halak denies them again. 35 saves for the evening. 1-0.
The Washington Redskins' woes have continued as they stared down their 0-5 start to the season. In the midst of all of the franchise's chaos, they decided to fire head coach Jay Gruden on Monday morning. The team has had 8 different head coaches since owner Dan Snyder bought the team in 1999, and only one of which was finished a season with a winning record. What does this mean for Jay? Well, he could potentially get a lot of offers across the NFL. His ability to coach and run an offense will definitely have organizations reaching out to him as an offer for an offensive coordinator. One prime candidate for a job offered is to coach with his brother in Oakland to help develop their inconsistent offense. But don't expect the Cardinals to be reaching out to Jay, as they're still full steam ahead with Cliff Kingsbury experiment. As for Washington, Bill Callahan will be taking over as the interim head coach. The Redskins will be taking on the Dolphins this Sunday as the teams battle with a game with major implications for who will receive the top pick in the 2020 NFL Draft in what fans are calling the Tank Bowl. Now here's Haley Smilo with what to watch for.
Thanks, Jude. It's another weekend in Arizona, so that could only mean one thing: sports. Kicking off the weekend early Saturday as the Sun Devils face off against Washington State at 12:30 at Sun Devil Stadium. The game can be watched on the Pac-12 network. The game will be a true showing for the Sun Devils as they faced off a team that almost doubles them in the ability to score points. The Devils score about 22.8 points a game, whereas the Cougars score 44.8 points a game. But that won't be the only problem for the Devils. The Cougars enter Devils turf as a top 50 defensive team. And the last time the Devils played against a defense with similar ranks, they lost. It will also be the first time in 3 years that the Devils and the Cougars enter the ring. Following that, at 5 on Saturday, the Phoenix Suns continue their preseason against the Portland Trailblazers in Portland. The game will be aired on the NBA Network. It's an early chance for Suns fans to look at their new coach, Monty Williams, and see how their team will get underway with so many injuries. Just as one game ends, another one starts. The Coyotes play the Colorado Avalanche at 6 on Saturday at the Pepsi Center. It's the first chance for former Avalanche player Carl Soderberg to return to Colorado. The game will be broadcast on FSAZ. The final game on Saturday comes in at 7:30 as the Phoenix Rising takes on the Real Monarch at Casino Arizona Field. The game should be a high-scoring affair as both teams are averaging 2.5 goals over their last 8 games. This game will not be broadcast live, but it does give the fans a chance to go out and support their local teams. And if you get there early enough on Saturday, you are guaranteed a free shirt because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Night in the USL. Rounding off the weekend, the Arizona Cardinals are looking to beat the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday at 1:05 in Glendale. This will air live on Fox Sports. The Cards will be looking to build momentum after their first win against the Bengals last weekend. Make sure to look out for mobile quarterback Kyler Murray as he led the Cards in rushing yards last week with 93. The game should be a close one as both teams come into it with an average of 20 points a season for their games this year. That's all I've got. That's been what to watch for. Back to you at the desk.
After a bye week, Arizona State football sits in the 18th position in the AP Top 25 rankings. Their highest ranked is a 2015 preseason poll when they were ranked 15th. The Sun Devils have a massive tag ahead of them, though, in defeating an air raid mission. The Washington State Cougars have lived on the offensive side of the ball with some of the best passing numbers anywhere in the country, thanks to eccentric head coach Mike Leach and his air raid offense. This will present a challenge for the Sun Devils, who have thrived in lower-scoring games so far this season. In their last home game, a close loss to Colorado, Arizona State scored 31 points, their highest offensive scoring output of the season. Yet the Sun Devil defense bent and broke, giving up 3 passing touchdowns and a 34-31 loss. With Utah coming after the Cougars, this Saturday could provide a prelude into Arizona State's chances against the best that the Pac-12 Conference has to offer. And now it's time for our favorite segment here on AC Sports Box Weekly, Rapid Fire. I got Jude and Haley here to my left. We're going to get things started right away with ASU football, as I have mentioned. And one more nugget for you. In the last 9 afternoon kickoffs at Sun Devil Stadium, ASU has won them all. Their last afternoon kickoff loss in 2012. So, first of all, a prediction from you guys and where ASU gets ranked next week. Jude?
Well, the Cougars are on a downslide with 2 straight losses, and they just lost their defensive coordinator last Sunday. This is going to be a battle of different coaching styles. Herm Edwards is going to want to keep this score low, but I do think the Sun Devils are going to take it and fulfill Urban Meyer's prophecy that the Sun Devils will become a top 15 team.
Well, unfortunately, I'm going to have to disagree with Jude. I think the Cougars are going to take this one. I think that they outscore the Devils, unfortunately. So I don't know if the Devils are going to get ranked this week. If they do, I project lower end of the scale.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you, Haley. And as far as my ranking, I'm going to say 24-25. Should it be close? If it's not close, out of the polls right away. Let's get on to our next topic. As the baseball postseason is rapidly into gear, we now have our league championship series matchups with the Nationals and Cardinals in the National League and the Astros and the Yankees in the American League. Guys, your World Series matchup and who wins the World Series?
Well, in the National League, the Cardinals are looking invincible after their 13-1 thrashing of the Atlanta Braves. Originally, I had the Dodgers picked to win it all, but of course they were shocked by the Nationals, so I'm actually leaning the Astros to win the World Series. Just, you can't really outpitch Justin Verlander, Garrett Cole, and of course Zach Greinke.
Well, you know, unfortunately, I am going to have to disagree with Jude again. It seems like we can't agree on anything tonight. I think it's going to be the Yankees versus the Nationals. I think their momentum will carry them through. And again, I think that the pitching of Strasburg, Corbin, I just see them going through. But I think the Yankees are going to end up taking it. Their hitting is just so strong, and their bullpen equals as well.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the exact opposite of you, Haley. I think that it'll be the Cardinals in the National League, and I will have also the Astros. I think as a combined team effort, they're just too strong, and I think that no matter who comes out of the American League, they should be able to defeat the Nationals or the Cardinals in the World Series. Next question, it's the Arizona Cardinals, their first win last week. Now a question for you guys, do the Cardinals defeat the Falcons, and how much does this game mean for both teams?
Well, these teams are both very similar, not in the fact that they're just birds, but they have a lot of questions on defense, and their offenses are still developing. I think this game is going to be close, but the X factor is experience. The Cardinals are going to really struggle in their secondary covering Julio Jones, and because of that, I think the Atlanta Falcons are going to take this game.
So finally, Jude and I agree. I think the Falcons are going to take it as well. They outscore. Their passing yards are better, but who knows? If Kyler Murray can get the run game going, it could be anyone's game.
Yeah, this is going to be very tough for me to call myself. I am going to go with the Atlanta Falcons off some of the experience, some of the talent that the wide receiving has, and of course having a much more experienced quarterback than the rookie Kyler Murray, though he is very much developing. And finally here on Rapid Fire, we're going to go to a different gear now as football teams are quickly turning into somewhat of hospitals with so many injuries going on, the specific of Saquon Barkley with the Giants and also a few others with Ingram and Shepard as well. With that, some of the shorter weeks may be to blame for that. So I ask you guys, should the NFL continue with Thursday Night Football?
Well, it's clear that players and teams do not like Thursday Night Football, and rightfully so. They're just getting 3 days of rest in between games. And my proposal to the league is that instead of having a Thursday night game, they should double up and have a doubleheader on Monday night, because frankly, nobody likes Mondays. It's a way to make it a little bit more bearable and get fans football during the week.
So I am for football on Thursday, but I think they need to expand the rosters if they're going to continue to have football on Thursday. You compare it to another high-intensity sport like hockey, these guys play multiple games a week, so I don't see why football players shouldn't have to recover similar to hockey players.
Yeah, I like both of your points, but in the end, it's going to be all about the little green slip called the dollar bill. And I think the NFL loves that, especially if their Thursday Night Football deal with Fox. Don't expect Thursday Night Football to go away so soon, even though players are getting injured much more with the shorter week. And now we'll take care of Rapid Fire. Thank you, Haley. Thank you, Jude. And now we go on to our top plays of the week. And we start you off with our top plays here. Play number 5, Coyotes versus the Bruins. Darcy Kemper gets the first save and comes right back to the other side of the goal for the double save. Have a look at this one. Great instinct to get the pad out. Bruins win 1-0.
Moving on to play number 4, we'll take it to the NBA. Ben Simmons drives down the court, pulls up for a jumper, and he misses it. Just kidding. Highlights over 2 years. All of these attempts of basketball took him 2 years. Of course, Steph Curry, he missed 3,477 three-pointers, so Ben Simmons is going to miss some. Here's attempt 11. He made 19 whole attempts if you include the preseason. But he hits one against the Guangzhou Long Lions during the preseason, the first one of his career. Twitter went wild.
At number 3, Bears Raiders. How about my man, Allen Robertson? Coming in right here, what a grab he makes over the shoulder for Robinson there. Bears get the job done over the Raiders, 24-10.
To Division II college football, the upset of the week. Ashland has got the ball with 3 seconds left in the fourth. Quarterback Austin Brenner looks back, airs it out 52 yards for a walk-off Hail Mary, an upset over number 9 Grand Valley State.
And at number 1, we go to Dodger Stadium NLDS Game 5. Bases loaded 3-3. Howie Kendrick calls the series. How about this? It's a walk-off grand slam. And so, of course, they had another half inning to go, but the Nationals would smoothly get through that half inning. The bench going absolutely wild. A 7-3 result as the Dodgers get knocked out of the NLDS, and the Nationals are on to the NLCS. And that'll take care of our time here on AC Sports Box Weekly. For Jude Binkley, I'm Nicholas Hodell, wishing you a very good week ahead.